of silence for Sergeant Stephanie Thompson, who and her daughter Paris
on a regular 90-day basis, an
Monticello
evaluation meeting with him.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recently, that we've been sitting down with him and then and he said, "You wouldn't want that for he did that from last year."
Well, now we've got this, did you remember what Randy told you about your term in micromanaging? Randy covered that real well.
Robert?
Present.
Dave Holdout?
Present.
David Bialobos? Robert Stick?
Present.
Lester Camper?
Present.
Ralph Miller?
Present.
William Fisher?
Here.
Bob Wilkins?
Here.
Carl Brittingham?
Here.
Nick Monger?
Here.
All right, the first thing on our agenda is a presentation to Dennis Wilkening. I'd like to read this first before we give you your plaque from the police commissioner, or from the public safety board. Excuse me. Andrew Carnegie said, "Teamwork is the ability to work together toward a common vision. The ability to direct individuals' accomplishment toward organization objectivities is the fuel that allows common people to obtain uncommon results." Former Chief Denny Wilkening. The Board of Safety recognizes and thanks you for your 50 years of dedicated service to the Cedar Lake Volunteer and Cedar Lake Fire Department and to the citizens that you were sworn to protect. We will benefit from your guidance and timeless efforts on our behalf. The contribution you made will never be forgotten. No. Do you want me to read it again?
No, I heard.
All right. Danny, if you want to come forward, we'll give you the plaque and, yeah.
I'll fix it.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I would appreciate you. Glad guys, gather around. This is from the commission.
Appreciate it very much.
Well, thank you. I'll look at you if you want to.
Yeah, I got something to say. I gotta have a cheat card here because, my memory ain't that good anymore. First of all, I wanna thank the commission for this nice award and for thinking of me. I appreciate it very much, all of you. And I appreciate all the firefighters that are out there, the people that come to kind of back me tonight. I really appreciate that. Firefighter, the men and the women, paramedics, firefighters.
Well, there's a lot of cops out there right now.
I'll get to them. And they're a great group. I mean, past and present, this group that's here now, there's, probably, maybe I would say 4 or 5 that was on while I was still chief, and, they're still here, and we got new people, and, that's great. I mean, we got a nice, good, dedicated department. Community. I mean, it's been a pleasure working for the community, the town and the township. It's been something that I'm very grateful for. get to know all the people anymore. I don't know too many people, there's so many new people in town, so, with that, yeah, we got a great community here. Another thing is, the support we had all the years with our, street department, our police department, our EMA when they were still with the town, not the EMA, the ambulance, Cedar Lake ambulance, and then I think we had the EMA instead of VIP at the time. And we always had one another's back, and, it was a great thing to have because, you never know when one needed the other. So, thank you, the police department that are here tonight, Chief Fisher, and so, thank you for that. Another thing that's, real important to me is family. And, I got, my two sons here tonight, Todd and Dean, and, Chief, of course, and Assistant Chief, and, they supported me all the way through this whole adventure that I was on. They came and, got on the department. I mean, I suppose they got on because I was never home, and they wanted to be with me, so that's a good thing. They're here, and they're doing a good job, and thank you, Todd and Dean, very much. And last of all, my wife is no longer here. She was always a big part of our department too. She was always there, doing the cooking. If we were on a house fire or a grass fire or something, she always came down and was, there making meals with other auxiliary members, and, taught her how to use a radio, and I don't know if that was a good thing or not, because, she loved getting on the radio, which was a good thing, because we taught her what she had to do, and, with that, it was able to put one more firefighter out in the field. So, and she loved it, so, honey, I love you for that, and, thank you. So, again, thanks everybody. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry, but, working with the town people here, the council and all the different commissions, great bunch of people. I love this town, and, I hope I can hang around for a while yet. So, thank you guys. I don't get a white shirt.
Huh?
You guys didn't give him a white one?
We told him we'd give him money, you just gotta go up and buy it. Ready?
There you go. Three Musketeers.
Smile.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, guys, appreciate it. It was well, much appreciated, so. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to stay, but we totally understand if you don't want to slack around for our meeting. So if you feel you want to go, you're more than welcome to do it. Sometimes things are a little. Andrew Carnegie said, teamwork is the ability to work together toward a common vision. The ability to interact with individuals. So if anyone wants to leave forward, feel free to stay if you wish. Alrighty, public comment, we had you call for public comment 3 times. If you need to make public comment, please approach the podium, state your name and address, and make your comment. Public comment once, public comment once, public comment twice, public comment twice, comment 3 times. Being none, comment 3 times, a motion. Being none, we need a motion to 26 minutes of the January 26th meeting from Norm.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Norm.
I'll second the motion.
Is there a second? Dave, are there any questions or corrections? Second from Dave, are there any questions or roll call vote?
Josh Gilbert,
Yes.
Jim Wolf,
Yes.
Dave Villalobos, Norm Stick,
Yes.
Charlie Haver.
Yes, motion carries 5-0. Tim, with the BIPS report?
Evening, everyone. In front of you see the January 2022 BIPS report. Evening, everyone. In front of you see the January 2022 BIPS report details. 3 details were for Wakes, 1 assisting county, and 1 call-out agency assist. The 2 new members began training this month. Had a little bit of a snafu with their cell phones, but we got that corrected, and they're well on their ways to get on the road.
Okay, sounds wonderful. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right, well, we always appreciate you and your staff and everything you do for the community, so keep up the good work and find 2 more new recruits.
Trying.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Police Department, old and new business. First of all, communications, Bill.
We have none at this time, sir.
All right, finances.
In your package, you got the purchase orders along with the new, printout from Jen, so you can see full, printouts of all the purchases. And expenditure reports. We also received a grant this month, which was a reimbursement grant. So as you're all aware, we lost our firearms permits, due to the state changing the law.
And training this month.
And when this happened, the state went in to look at how much revenue departments were losing. And what was asked for us to go back, was it 5 years, Sarah? So we had to go back 5 years for revenue costs that we had over the last 5 years from, sorry, that is a SWAT call. Revenue for the last 5 years. And so we gave them that figure, and they cut us a check for $17,850, which will go back into our LEAF fund, which is the same location that the permit funds went to in the first place, and that stands for Law Enforcement Education Fund. So we can use it for education for officers.
And future funding for that?
I don't know how long it's going to stay. They haven't stipulated whether they're going to continue to try to grant that out. I'm going to guess that they probably will not, that it's going to be just a lost revenue. But the state legislature changed the statute, and it's free now. So I don't know, sir. They haven't given us any foresight on it. So we actually didn't know about the grant, that they were even going after that. We just thought it was going to be complete loss of revenue immediately. But then we got notification, so we went back 5 years and submitted it, so.
Very good.
This faded black, that's for all the new vehicles?
New squad cars, correct.
Any other questions on that? Okay. We'll move on to staffing.
We're hoping Corporal Miller, I think he's in the audience, so he has an appointment next Tuesday. We'll be back on the road, from his, injury and his new baby. But he's doing well. Unfortunately, we found out some bad news about Officer Corbin today. Apparently when he went to the doctor, they didn't do an X-ray well enough, but he has, they left, glass inside of his hand. So now he has to have surgery next Thursday, I think it is, to remove the glass from his hand, and so he'll be out some extended period of time. So we're putting him to light duty work on the station, and he's been helping us out there. Officer Tomko's in the audience. He's on shadow phase this week, so he could be released to be on his own by the end of the week. So he's doing pretty well. Officer Stirk had some training problems that we identified, and have reverted back a little bit to update him to make sure he's catching up on his training and not missing anything through the FTO program. So he'll be extended out a couple of weeks.
Well, congratulations to Mr. Miller and his new little girl.
Thank you.
Welcome to the community. Training report?
In your packet, you saw the training report for the month of January. It's not usually a lot, but we had, the entire department had use of force training, through, online training. I went to the CIT coordinator certification course. It's called Crisis Intervention Team. The reason for that is I'm trying to start a program within the department, utilizing some crisis intervention for, mental issues. My purpose is to bring it back to the department and have additional avenues that officers can take or utilize when it's a situation that doesn't require an arrest, but they need some kind of help, and get them the resources that they need to get the people to help as much as possible. Officer Matson's in the audience. He's spearheading that with our current Morgan, that is our current, what do we call her? She's the social worker that is studying for her master's, and she had to do an internship, so she's doing that in the station. They're coordinating that together. We're hoping to have a program out or in front of you guys. I'm hoping by April. We just got some good news today, actually, that what is that facility name? Do you remember, Sarah? Let's say they were interested for mental health. I'm gonna brain fart, sorry. The facility that we reached out to said they are completely excited about having person available revenue for the last 5 years when an officer calls, and so we gave them that. They kind of alleviate that from law enforcement duties, but get them into the facility, as well as had open beds for us if they needed to. So that'll be a big step for us. Obviously, you guys know from the town attorney, de-escalation is a big issue. And mental health is a big issue in the country, so we're trying to spearhead a project that can help the officers deal with mental issues that are happening on the streets, so that we can get them the proper help to help them succeed in life. So that's going pretty well. And that was that was the reason I went to the crisis intervention. We had intoximeters, training, that's just recertification. Actually, no, I take that back. Those two officers got certified intoximeter, which is for DUIs. We had a national incident-based reporting system training for 3132 and 124. That was for UCR reports, uniform crime reports. Then we had the school resource training class. As you know, we have several officers that work for the school, and one of the requirements to work in the school is they have to be a certified SRO. And unfortunately, COVID stopped a lot of that. We've had SWAT training and then firearms training at the academy.
All right, equipment update.
You'd also get a new report in there for vehicle repairs. We had a couple vehicles that had new tires put on their vehicles, and a squad car that had some motor issues, the converter, spark plugs, intake manifold. That vehicle is a 2011, so we're hoping to replace that coming up.
Okay, new vehicle purchase update.
So as you're aware, I was trying to get those at least two white squad cars, and you reached out to me about the wrapping. So we did some research on it, and everybody that we talked to said do not wrap it in our weather. And the biggest reason is you can't do anything with them. You can't brush the snow off. The weather, the hot and cold that we have in Northwest Indiana cracks them really fast. They even recommend to push off snow before it freezes, which, in the middle of the night, that's a little impossible. So we kind of figured that was a problem, so we looked into the painting. Unfortunately, the cheapest for painting right now, and this is a basic, so you're not covering anything, was $5 to $6 grand. If we were to do the whole car like it was repainted, it would be $10 to $12 grand. And we're trying to buy the cars for $7,000 less than what we want them for. So I'm proposing to you tonight to actually still purchase the black cars, but instead of put the regular graphics on, a lot of departments are going to what's called ghost graphics, highly reflective. Here's a copy of a picture for you to look at. And what I would like to do is 3 of those 4 cars, still buy them and put ghost graphics on them. They'll be fully marked, highly visible as soon as the light shines on them. Reflective material, a lot of departments are going to them, light bars on the top. for those cars that are getting the Ghost Graphics on them. And the cost is the same or actually a little bit cheaper. We were surprised for the Ghost Graphics. They're what, $750? Yeah, same exact price, so, but they're highly reflective. So, with your approval tonight, I would like to, pursue that with the town and the clerk, to purchase those, chargers and, put Ghost Graphics on them.
Well, back in the day, we had the rainbow fleet, which you've got a picture of back there, so it works.
Sure.
Is there any chance one of them could be used as unmarked, or?
One of them will be replacing an unmarked car, so it's only 3 of the cars that'll have Ghost Graphics. And this is not a permanent thing. The only reason we're doing this Ghost Graphic is simply because we're getting the cars at a phenomenal price. I mean,
All right.
we'll literally save almost $30,000 and get them in the next, they're supposed to be shipped out in March.
So you're looking for a motion?
No, we have to change the agenda. Motion to, I need a motion to amend the agenda for the purpose of sending a letter to the town in regards to moving forward with the purchase of, 4 vehicles.
I'll make that
I
motion.
have a motion to amend the agenda from Norm. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second. All righty. Now I need a motion.
Roll call vote.
Sorry.
Josh Gover,
Yes.
Jim Olsop.
Yes.
Dave Villalobos.
Yes.
Norm Stick,
Yes.
Charlie Caper.
Yes, motion carries. Now I need a motion to send a letter to the town council.
I'll make the motion, send the letter.
I have a motion from Dave. Is there a second?
Second.
From Jim. Any questions on the purchase of 4 new vehicles? All right, roll call vote, please.
Josh Gover,
Yes.
Jim Olsop.
Yes.
Dave Villalobos.
Yes.
Norm Stick,
Yes.
Charlie Caper.
Yes, motion carries,
Thank you,
5-0, so get the letter drafted and we'll sign our names and away.
Thank you very much, I appreciate that.
Vehicle repair report, I think we did.
Yeah, we're lucky, like I said, I went over those few, we only had a few repairs this month, so it's pretty nice. A lot of our repairs came in the month of December, due to the E85 issues that we're having, so.
Okay, monthly activity report.
You got a copy of the monthly activity reports, we're averaging about 35 calls a shift, or per day. 1,041 calls for the month. We issued 138 traffic citations, 265 state violation warnings, 31 arrests, and a total of 51 charges. You also got a list of the town ordinance violations. The first group is citations for 2021. Should be a pretty large thing, and those are a list of those ordinances, what you're asking for at the last meeting, if I'm not correct, sir?
This is, well, I'm out last year.
Yeah, if you go down to the next one, it should start the 2022, there's only a couple lines, says January.
Abandoned vehicles, 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, as you recall, I mean, it's the month of January, very cold, a lot of snow, and our code enforcement didn't start until the second week of January, so,
Okay. So this is a total of 26 total for the month.
that's correct.
All righty.
We're gonna try to, spread that out a little more in detail for you, so,
Okay.
and I think there was an update, correct, Sarah? There should be a list from 2021 for warnings also, because that was only showing citations. You should have an update on there for warnings as well.
Okay, so last year the total of tickets was 299, is that correct?
Let me double check for you, but I think you're right. No, she had to update it this afternoon.
Yeah, 299 should be the total on the citation.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
317 is the total on warning.
Okay.
Is that, do we have that number though?
299 on citations.
I have that one, but I don't have the 317, I don't see anything.
She just uploaded it before we got
Okay.
started, unfortunately.
No problem.
Sarah to the rescue.
Right, there it is.
I don't see it either.
Yeah.
She makes that look so easy.
Oh, there we go. 37. Here we go.
Right.
Yeah, 317.
this month.
Yeah, so it's the third one.
Wonderful.
Okay, thank you. All right, this is great, so now we at least know where we're getting citations at, et cetera, whatever.
Yes, sir.
Because I noticed there's a lot of semis parking around town now.
Yeah, I saw that email as well. They'll be enforced.
Alrighty, Lexipol, recommended policy update.
So this is a policy update on personnel complaints. It only dealt with one section, everything else had already been adopted. It was for probationary employees and other members. It was just an add-on that was recommended by Lexipol. It was deferred last month.
Oh, here we go.
Did the attorney approve it, or?
Which
No idea.
number would that be?
The very last one, 1110.18.
The yellow one.
Should be highlighted in blue for you guys online.
We're all learning how to use it.
I see it. I think it was deferred, so the
Okay.
attorney could go through it. We don't know if he
Yeah, I don't
answered
know.
us on that.
We didn't receive anything, but it was deferred to the next month, so that's why it's on the agenda.
You don't have anything?
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, we'll reach out to him to see if he had a chance to review it, and we'll keep it on the agenda for next month for you.
Okay, deferred again, and then 8 is other. Anything else, Bill?
No, sir.
Other? Any updates on any grants or?
We have the grant that we got for body cams. The town attorney, when he left, said he has a letter drafted. He thinks he can help us make sure we get some body cams, so, it's looking pretty good. He has a copy of the contract from WatchGuard. He's had it for a couple of, probably a month now. The town is aware of the payment process and how much it's gonna cost and what it'll cost quarterly, what it'll cost biannually. They have all the numbers. I gave that to you guys last month with that list. So just waiting. WatchGuard emails me asking what's going on, but, because it's a 20-week wait once we actually place the order.
Wow.
Did I not read from the town manager that the grant wasn't for
There's
next
another,
year, or
there's another grant for body cameras alone, which they said we could go after, but we would have to deduct the cost of anything else that wasn't a body camera. So we're trying to do this entirely in one shot.
Okay.
Body cameras, car cameras only.
Okay. Nothing else, Bill?
No, sir.
Okay, firemen might want to leave, because guess who's next?
Charlie, just kick back and relax. Hold on.
Communications.
All right. I don't ever get a chance to recognize the people, so, publicly, but the ones that are here are gonna get it tonight.
Uh-oh.
I wanna just recognize, I'm gonna go right down the line of what some of these people do for our department and what they're working on top of what we work on, Chief Mager and I. So I think it's important that you guys know that Chief Mager and I don't do everything in the fire department. You guys obviously know that. We have people doing a lot of good stuff. So I'm gonna start with Chris, who's currently training our department on the new tanker. He's also one of our shift supervisors. He's lieutenant. He just was put in that role here recently, and without him, I don't know what Chief Mager would do right now, because Chief Mager's getting some of the pressure relief off of him, because Chris is doing a lot of training for the department. He's an excellent lieutenant. He's paramedic and has been with us for a while now, and his leadership skills are awesome. So that's what he's doing in the department now. That guy sitting next to you is a archive of the department. We just got him in here. We brought him in here. He's got his new red hat. RJ's been around forever. He's gonna be joining the ranks of my dad here pretty soon, real quick like. And RJ was a lieutenant for our department for many years, and he's currently spends a lot of his time with his dog, his service dog. And RJ did a lot of training, covered a lot of calls for our department and our community, and is another guy that has been here forever and will be standing up here very shortly, being recognized for the same, dedication that my father has. So, RJ?
Thank you.
Larry Stinger is one of our assistant chiefs. Larry is one of our volunteer assistant chiefs who is also a go-to person for our department. If you need it fixed, you need it built, you need it redone, he's the man. Larry pretty much did the whole back room, all the updating to the back room, him and Assistant Chief Dean. Those two took that whole project on and finished it. Larry, I don't ever remember Larry ever not telling anybody no in our department. If you have a project at your house, or you had an incident happen at your house, Larry's a craftsman. So he come over and he can fix anything. He responds to a lot of calls, very dedicated guy in our department. The lady sitting next to him
I don't know why I'm sitting here.
is another, she has finally moved into the role of the firefighters after all those years of being the trainer. Just to give you a little history on her and my mother were very close. And when my dad brought my mom up tonight, I can only think of Darlene sitting there with her. And her friendship has gone a long way. Bill Missel, ex-deputy chief of the department, he's going to join the retirement ranks here soon as well. He's currently the county hazardous material emergency response coordinator. We're lucky to have him right in our own department. Lifelong member of the department, been here 40-plus years as well. Amy, stand up a second, Amy. I wanted you guys to see Amy. And the reason I didn't have everybody stand up, I want you to know she's going to more than likely be taking over all the EMS responsibilities for the fire department. I will be bringing her to you for approval when Pat Scolari retires, and he's going to retire in January. But she is definitely a very seasoned paramedic. She's got a lot of years in the service and is one of the best paramedics in the region. We also came up with...
We met Amy at the meeting when we were at the fire department.
You did, and she also came up with a plan for the simulators. That was her idea. She came to me and said, Chief, we would like to have this so we could do in-house training with this stuff. I told her just go bigger picture. She did, which is not a hard thing to do. If you tell a lady in your life that you have $3,000 to spend, she comes right back with $10,000 to spend. So she did, and I'll tell you, once I told her to think bigger, she did, and by God, we got it. So, and big thanks to the Eagles. We will be, when BK gets back, we'll be setting up a meeting, all of you to be there, to thank the Eagles at the fire station, our own night with the Eagles, okay? Thank you, Amy. Briggs Insurance, he's a volunteer PLC for our department. He guides us through some insurance stuff as well as he just got certified as an ice diver. He's been on a few years, dedicated guy, and very knowledgeable man who also is very dedicated to the department. So, Larry Stinger Jr., he just was promoted to lieutenant, very aggressive, probably one of the best interior firefighters we have, and is moving up very quickly. Chief James Schultz, battalion chief, he's one of our go-to guys. Jim is handling the inspections for the town right now, because my dad was the inspector, and he's no longer going to be doing it. So James took over that position, which was real important. Jim's been here a very long time, very dedicated guy, one of my right-hand men, and it's just amazing that I have such good people around me. Jose Navarro. When we get an issue on the streets, even the police ask him to interpret some of the Spanish issues that we have. Jose is very fluent. He's also a paramedic. Jose comes in my office with ideas and always has a plan. And very good paramedic. He's running our CPR program for the department and was able to help raise some funds with the township trustee to get the proper equipment we needed. Another project that was very important. Allison, we're trying to steal her from St. John, or Crown Point, I'm sorry. Crown Point, I already talked to the mayor, and he said that she could join us immediately. So if we could just trap her in the room and keep her, we would. Allison's a very seasoned medic as well, a very aggressive firefighter. She's a rock star in my eyes. Parrish, Michael is our newest firefighter. paramedic, full-time. He just got certified. Congratulations. Very big undertaking for a young guy. And then Dean, the assistant chief, my brother, he's one of our rocks. He can handle this whole department if he needs to, and has in the past. Our family has been in the fire service a very long time, my dad, myself, and with that, that's our membership and some of our guys and what they're doing currently. There's a bunch of other guys that aren't here that I could talk on and on and on, I won't. But I just wanted to let you guys know that there's so much going on in the fire department. And everybody sitting here is taking ownership of it. They take a piece of it and make it their own. It's the same stuff in the police department. I see the same thing. The cops come up, boom, hey, I got an idea. Hey, chief, well, okay, we'll come back with a solution. They do. That's what happens with our public safety people. So our VIX guys, I mean, come on. These guys are out there doing the job that nobody wants to do, standing on a cold street. So, and our staff, our police department, our fire department, we are a team and we work together. So back to my report.
Do you see why we make him to go last?
Let's give them all a hand.
I am clearly So that's under my communication, Charlie. Finances, as you guys can see as well, we have a very new spreadsheet system. And one person I forgot to mention was Sarah. I mean, this is just amazing. She is a rock star as well. I don't know what anybody would do without her.
You got that right.
She is. And she works for the police department, but she also helps me and helps this commission, so we are blessed to have her. So if you look at the, I'm not gonna go through all these, we spent $33,698 so far this year in POs, and different charges to the department. We're on track for, a lot of things that were being done.
Yeah, ours shows $90,095.07.
You do the other 60,000. Go down one more.
That includes payroll. I'm talking about POs, guys.
Oh.
How does it show payroll? Okay. Anyway, I have a question on this.
Shoot away.
The walk-up mats from Finisys, is
Yes.
that a month we pay for that?
Yep.
Okay,
Any other questions, guys?
I don't.
Okay, training, or, I'm sorry,
Staffing and hiring.
reports, as far as grants are concerned, we do have a grant in right now for staffing, which is the SAFER grant, which Officer Machak helped us write. And we're hoping that, we get notification of that soon. We should hear something, we're thinking August, September. Staffing wise, we are gonna need to replace Chief Scolari, Division Chief Scolari. He is definitely retiring, so we're gonna be down a person, so
And when was that?
January.
That's just coming up January,
Yeah.
so we gotta have the whole, the
Yeah.
rest of the year.
We got the rest of the year to go through that process. I'm gonna have to, we do have a hiring list, but there are EMTs as well. We're gonna have to make a decision as a commission, and that's something I'd like to talk to you under personnel in a, executive session as well, okay? And so that's where we're at with the staffing. Currently, we have everybody back. We got no COVID, nobody out hurt, nothing like that right now. Knock on wood.
Training report?
The training report's in front of you. There was 197 total trainings for the month. Or, I'm sorry, hours, 102 trainings.
The equipment?
Okay, equipment. The brush truck is still waiting to get fixed. It's on the list. They had to order parts. We have no idea when they're gonna come in. I really have the same report as last month.
We're putting the Honda motor on there, right?
Yeah, we're putting a Honda motor on it and
What
yeah.
are they, is there an adapter problem, or what?
No, the whole unit has to be replaced. This had a 4-cylinder Nissan motor, which was being converted now to a Honda.
Right, is that, so, Are you just replacing the motor or a pump too?
Well, all the connections, the pump, everything has to be replaced with it.
So the
It's not gonna
motor-
mount up.
So the motor and pump is new,
Yeah,
and the adapters or whatever they're
yeah,
having problems
everything's
with?
gotta come new, yep. It's a $10,000 project. So,
Equipment and the other new truck.
I got all kinds of equipment stuff, so. The ambulance will be going in, the new 1262 will be going in March to get the damage fixed from it, from,
Was that, I never did hear, or that was during the ice storm, right?
yeah.
What did it damage?
It's just around the right rear wheel, it dented in the side right in that area,
Hit
and,
the side of it?
yep, they kind of, he went to miss somebody, and that person slid into us. So,
That's going into March,
it's going into March 15th, I think.
okay?
Our little squad, we also have a ghost squad. In a matter of fact, that we haven't seen it for weeks, and we're not sure when we're gonna see it. I talked to, Bozak today, the new squad, the new Explorer squad, the hybrid is, it's baffling everybody why it won't run. They've had 3-4 technicians take a look at it, and it'll run for less than 5 minutes and it'll die. They have no idea.
Can we at some point in time start pushing harder as far as replacing the unit?
Yeah, he did say that, it may come to that.
But we're gonna be looking for compensation for, what
Yep.
we've got in striping and radio and,
Yeah,
Well,
so,
we got that vehicle on a grant anyway, so we got all our money back for it, with the exception of the equipment and striping, so.
so we're not too bad.
No, I mean, we got $50,000 back from the two purchases of those both vehicles, so that's why. Or let me rephrase, we're in the process of getting it back. They had to have all of Jen had to have all the money or shown the accounts payable that they made the payment to them before they would reimburse it to them, so.
It's amazing with the computer technology that the computer can't say what's wrong with it.
I think the actual computers that they're using isn't even right. The tender that we currently have, everybody's going through the training on that, and it needs some equipment so that we can get it on the road. We'll be ordering some stuff here pretty soon. And Chief Mager, or Lieutenant, Chris Crafts is doing the training for us. I actually went through the training myself. It's a very unique truck, and it's gotta be driven slowly, so we're trying to get that into everybody's,
So it can be used to transport water now into a pool, right?
We can actually use it, but we do need some fittings for the truck to use it to its capacity, so it'll be,
In other words, if you needed to haul water to a pool, you could use it.
we could, yes. And, we have enough people trained right now that we could get it out to a call. So, but it's gonna take a while.
Do we need to send a thank you note to the Hanover Township for the donation of the truck?
That would be appropriate.
Yeah. When we dedicate the truck, I have a plaque for the township. I already have it, so.
Well, but I think we should.
And I have it from the public safety.
So will there be food at the dedication?
Yeah, we'll have chocolate chip cookies as long as we have the shortbread. Hey, if the commission's got a good budget for that, I'll be glad to.
We have no budget.
Well,
Charlie, want this back and put that on there.
We all donated
We
that.
paid for that out of
We
our
donated
pocket.
that out of our sweat and blood.
okay, so, back to,
Equipment.
equipment. Our rescue tools that we ordered are on back order, so they should be here soon. I'm hoping that the night we dedicate the tanker, we'll have that equipment as well, and we can display that for everybody as well. It'd kind of be nice to get it, get everybody to get a good look at that stuff too. I have had a couple people from the public reach out to me wanting to see the truck. I found it very interesting, and I thought it was really cool that just people out in the township, a couple of township folks called me and said, hey, we would just like to see the truck. I said, anytime, and Carl wants to drive it, so he's insured. We'll put him through the training.
It might not be a bad idea on nice days to pull it out in the front.
Yeah, we could display it, that's not a problem. Mhm.
Equipment,
Okay,
the arm to the dummy,
we didn't get the arms, we didn't get some of the equipment yet, so we're
that's
still,
on back order, or?
If you,
Yes.
maybe?
if
Yeah,
you recall, I
back order.
donated, I volunteered your arm.
I know you did, so don't tell them that. I am about it. So, that's gonna be it for equipment. The trading report, we did talk about a little bit, you have it in front of you. It's very extensive, so. The monthly activity report,
Are you still, excuse me, on equipment, are you still drafting specs for a new truck?
yes.
Okay.
Did I go past that? Yeah, the specs are not done yet, we're about 80 pages into it. And we are, actually, our committee's gonna be meeting here in the next, week. And we have also asked St. John to, participate with us. And we were gonna have a meeting with St. John, because they're spec'ing the same type of truck. So we thought we would put our two committees together, and if we could build, sister trucks, to meet our needs, we could get a better deal on bidding them both out together. And then the savings could go towards equipment for the truck. So, once our committee gets done, we are then gonna meet with them. They've agreed, they thought it was a great idea as well, so we have a good working committee to do that, so.
Okay, you're done with the equipment?
I'm done with equipment.
Okay, monthly activity reports.
Looking at the report, we had 156 calls for January, and, we're gonna break that in February. Our calls are up still, and you can see the types of calls within the report. We had a meeting with the Council Affairs, this goes down to the pension, the Council Affairs Committee, to discuss pension with the, commissioners. Our pension is at a very low rate. We're discussing, the need to get it bumped up to be either parity with the police or very close, or some parity with some departments in the area. So we are currently a working group with that. Councilman Niemeyer did express that he wanted to bring in obviously our clerk treasurer, the, consultant, in to look at those numbers over a period of time. So that's also another working group to get our pensions up for our full-time people. Under other, I have a report on the new facilities. We met with a commission, or a committee that was put together on the new facilities for the fire and police station. And we are currently scheduled with the town manager, who's here still, on the 4th to, meet with, interviewing the 3 architectural firms that he has narrowed it down to, so we could start, designing this thing, so, pretty excited about that. The 4 guys sitting here, pretty excited about that, I'm sure. And, moving forward, this thing probably will gain a little bit more momentum now that we're gonna actually get a design.
Okay, any other?
I think I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, one more thing. Our parking lot in the back is sinking, where we fill up our trucks. We are probably going to have to switch where we fill up to go down to the town and set that up here pretty soon, because literally the mud is coming out of the pavement. It's sinking so bad, so we don't want to sink a truck in it.
Would it be feasible just to have the town come and dig it out and fill it full of the gravel?
It might be. I had Tim Kubiak come and look at it today. He left before I was able to talk to him, so I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow and see what he thought. But yeah, it could be, but
It would be easier to fill up there instead of,
it will be.
I mean,
Yep,
that wouldn't be a problem to dig it out and just put it back with.
yep. We are looking at that. I'm sorry, Trevor, that's it.
Okay. Bill, you have anything else?
No, sir.
All right, time for public comment again. We have to call 3 times. You need to make public comment, approach the podium, and state your name and address. Yes, sir.
I missed a very important person, when I was talking, and we're gonna have a new addition to our family. Dean got engaged to Dana, and, I don't know the rest of the story, but, go from there.
Well, congratulations. Thank you. Public comment twice, any more public comment? Public comment 3 times? Being none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion from Norm, is there a second? Second from Josh. Any questions? All those in, or roll call vote, I'm sorry.
Josh Garber?
Yes.
Jim Wolfall?
Yes.
Dave Villalobos?
Yes.
Norm Stick?
Yes.
Charlie Haver?
Yes, motion carries. Our next meeting is Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022 at 6 p.m. And we're going back into executive session. So thank you everyone for joining us, and Danny, thank you for your dedication to the community. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you, guys.
But I did hear that you were gonna show up at fires and serve refreshments. That's what I was told.
You need any help at the flower shop?
Sure.